In this lesson, you will learn how to transform objects in 3D using the Move, Rotate, and Scale gizmos. You will also learn how to select parts of 3D objects, called sub-objects, and transform them using gizmos as well. Open the Concept 5 project file and select this cylinder. It has a number of grips that allow you to change the form of the object. Click the top grip to change the height. Click the bottom grip to pull the bottom face up or down. Click any of these side grips to change the radius, and you can click this square grip in the middle to move the object in 2 dimensions. In the 3D Basics workspace, there's a selection panel, and in the selection panel there's a flyout that says No Gizmo. Open that flyout and choose Move Gizmo. The Move Gizmo appears here, and it's a complex user interface element. If you position the cursor over an axis, you'll see a line in that color. If you click on the axis, you can then move the object in that direction. If you hover the cursor over one of these planes, you'll see it highlight. If you click there, you can then move the object in 2 dimensions at once. So this provides an intuitive way to move objects around in space. Notice that when I orbit with an object selected, everything else is hidden. This allows you to focus on what you're working on. Go up here and change the flyout to Rotate Gizmo next. The Rotate Gizmo has 3 rings corresponding to the 3 axes. If you click the blue ring, you can rotate around the Z-axis. If you click the red ring, of course it rotates around the X-axis. You can do this interactively, or you can type in a number. I'll rotate this 90 degrees. I'll type 90, enter. I'll click the blue ring and rotate it. Now this time I'll hold down the Control key and then click. What happens is I leave a copy behind. Now these white lines are drawn at the intersection of the 2 objects, but they're not really there. It's just a display artifact. If I move one of these objects out of the way, those white lines will disappear. I'll go back to the Move Gizmo and slide this along the X-axis, and you'll see that those white lines are gone. Similarly, with the Move Gizmo, you can create a copy by starting to move and then holding down the Control key. When you click again to complete the move, the original is left behind. Press Escape to deselect. The Scale Gizmo allows you to uniformly scale objects. Click on any one of its 3 axes to scale the object down or up. Again, you can use numbers if you want to be precise. I'll type 0.5, enter, so that the object is now 50% of the original size. Press Escape to deselect. Now let's take a look at this pyramid object. There's another flyout next to the Gizmo flyout called No Filter. Open that and select Vertex. Then click the apex of the pyramid, and you'll see the Scale Gizmo up there. I'm going to change that to the Move Gizmo, and then I'll move that apex up. And you see what's happening? I'm changing the form of the object by moving one of its sub-objects, namely the top vertex. Let's try selecting an edge sub-object. I'll press Escape to deselect the vertex, and then click down here to select this particular edge. I can then move that in the green direction, and I change the form of the object. So this is really the gateway to tremendous modeling power, because you can select particular sub-objects and then transform them using the Move, Rotate, or Scale gizmos. I'll change to another sub-object level. This time I'll select a face, and I'll press Escape to deselect the edge, and then I'll click on this face. What happens if I were to scale that? I'll use the Scale gizmo, and I'll scale that down. Well, the whole object remains connected to it. So as I scale that down, we get a dramatically different form. So in this video, you learned how to move, rotate, and scale 3D objects and their sub-objects using gizmos.